Tutorial, I'm hopefully going to show you a few tips that will help you to create your hat design using Photoshop. So today's task is to think about applique and hand embroidery. We're going to be using fill tools and shape tools and the pen tool. So just the basic tools. Your design should reflect your inspiration board and your design ideas which you coloured in, but should hopefully give you the skills that you need to produce a digital image using Photoshop. So first things first, you should have imported your hat template from the P drive using the address given on the PowerPoint. We need to, first of all, I'm going to try and create a pig. So I'm going to fill the template shape with colour. So the first thing I'm going to do is to go to the fill tool over here. It's a paint bucket tool. I'm using a Mac, but it's the same thing on a Windows PC. Your teachers might be able to give you the commands on that. So I'm going to click on there, the paint bucket tool, but I don't want black. This is your forefront colour here. I'm going to click on there and it brings up this lovely swatch of colour. Anywhere along here you can click on here. So now it's turned to purple. I want to go to a bit pinker, and then over here are the lights, over here are the darks. I'm going to go for a nice light pink. Click OK, and I'm going to colour in my pig coloured fleecy hat colour. So I've done that. Then I want to think now about drawing some eyes on there. Okay, so back over to my icons over here. I'm going to click on the ellipse tool here. Now, I don't want it to be the same colour pink. I want to go for a nice blue colour. So I'm going to click on there. I'm going to go onto this box here. And again, I'm going to select the nice blue colour. I'm really happy with that. Click OK. And I'm going to click down. I've clicked on my ellipse tool here. And if you go onto there, you can have rectangle, rounded, rectangle, ellipse. We're sticking with ellipse. Click and drag. And at the moment, because this box is blue, we've selected that blue, you've got a nice blue shape. But what I'd quite like to do is to make it a perfect circle. So I'm going to get rid of that by going to the history box up here. Go back up to paint bucket, takes you to the last stage. So again, I'm going to click, but this time I'm going to hold the shift key and I'm going to drag it and it snaps to a perfect circle. Brilliant. This is my select button up here. So I'm going to select that by clicking this box here. I'm going to go Command C to copy it, and then I'm going to go Command V to paste it. Move that over. You'll see those lines keep it in parallel like a mirror image. Now what I want to do is to do another ellipse tool, but I'd like to do the little bits in the middle to make it black. So up to my fill box, I'm going to go to there. What's happened is it's clicked your last shape there. So back up to my history tool, back up to move. I'm going to draw another shape here with my ellipse tool. I'm going to hold down my button. Perfect little circle here. Black. Fill. Up to my paint bucket tool here. Click black. Oh, where's it gone? Ah, okay. I'm going to have to rasterize that one. So back here. Fill. Black. There we go. And now I'm going to move it over, back up to select tool, click, move it into where you think it should be in the center, and then same thing again, select tool, Command C to copy, Command V to paste, move it in. So that's brilliant for applique, but how do we think about putting embroidery on there? So I'm going to go back to my shape tool here, find the line tool. I'm going to go Control plus or with a Mac you can just pull it, make it a lot bigger. The stroke is 1 point at the moment. I want to do a line, so I'm going to increase that up to about, just increase it up slightly. And I'm going to start drawing lines for eyelashes like that, but I'm thinking about embroidery, so I'm doing little dotted lines to represent how that would look if it was embroidered. If I wanted to think about the blanket stitch, I could make this a lot smaller. If you wanted to think about how it might look if you were doing your blanket stitch with your applique, and put those details on as well. That's up to you. So, not going to do it all because you can go ahead and do what you like. So now at the moment I've got 2 eyes, I've got eyelashes, I've thought about embroidery, I've thought about colour, I've thought about making shapes. The last thing I want to do is a snout. So you could go back to your ellipse tool here, your shape tool here. There's a rounded rectangle tool here, and I can start to think about that as a snout. I don't really like that at all. It doesn't look like it's particularly a rounded ellipse, so I'm going to go back up to the history tool and get rid of that. Instead of that, I'm going to go to the pen tool and do a freehand rounded snout. It's not going to be perfect, but let's give it a go. So freehand, make it a bit bigger, and we're going to go click, click. Actually, I'm going to go for the curvature tool, click, and what will happen is it starts to create the shape of a snout that you can go ahead and fill. The good thing about doing it in little points is you've got a lot more accuracy, and you got a lot more control. Okay. You can even pull these anchor points out if you're not happy with the shape later, but for now I'm just going to move that out slightly, just so that we create a bit more of an even shape. Obviously no pigs have a black snout, so we're going to change the colour of that. So this is the good thing about using the pen tool. You can create a more even shape by pulling on the anchor points. So just click and drag, click and drag. So I think you get the idea, but we want to make it a nice rosy pink colour because no pigs have a black snout. That looks crazy. So let's go back to this box here, click on the pink colour, really nice light pink, click OK. Let's go to up here. So it's going to tell me now that I need to rasterize it, click OK, and there you go. Now if I want to move it over, I can do that, and I can start to add other features on there as well. Hopefully you are going to do a much better job than me, but that will help you with all the tools that you need.